This is BBC Three Counties Radio. It's 9 minutes past 5 o'clock. Investigators looking into the death of Luton man Leon Briggs, who died in police custody last year, say they've now taken statements from more than 150 witnesses. 39-year-old Mr Briggs died in November after being detained under the Mental Health Act and then taken to Luton Police Station. The Independent Police Complaints Commission say 5 police officers and 2 detention officers remain under investigation, but point out that death in custody investigations are especially complex and do take time. Well, let's talk to Cyril Mitchell. Cyril's from the Justice for Leon campaign and was a personal friend of Leon. Cyril, very good evening to you.
Yes, good evening.
Welcome to the programme. The IPCC, the Independent Police Complaints Commission, say they are giving regular updates. Is that enough?
It's not enough at all. I mean, the IPCC are treating this case with the total disrespect as they treat the whole total public community. And that's
well, they would dispute that. You know that, Cyril. They would dispute that.
I know they would dispute that, but the fact that state for themselves, we are now, coming up to 5 months past when Leon passed away in Luton police custody. Yeah, and nothing's been said or held. They're talking about there's a big investigation and how they're treating in interviews, but don't worry about the interviews of the people. Leon didn't die on the street. He died in the hands of police custody, and there was no more than 7 people involved in that case.
Cyril, are you frustrated with the length of time this is all taking?
It is more than frustration. It is painful. When I look into the eyes of Leon's mums and I sit down and I look into the eyes of his daughters and they have no answers, it is sickening. Yeah, it's beyond contentment that the way they want to treat a family like that. And they know the family, they know the inside and out. They've done all their investigations already to get their background knowledge, because they spend millions of pounds each year on intelligence and everything like that. So I don't know why they are dragging this out. They're dragging it out this long because they know they are wrong. And it's about time they changed it, and they're not brave enough.
Do you think they're just playing? Do you think then that you're suggesting they're just playing for time? They want to drag it on for as long as possible.
They're playing for more than time. At the end of the day, there's been
to what benefit, Cyril? Why do you think that is the case?
I don't know. It's contentment of just the general public. It's got nothing to do. Like I said before, they did not target. He was a targeted person because he was a very quiet person, a quiet, lovable man. Yeah. So it's not a targeted thing. He wasn't victimised like, we're going to take this gang member out, because he wasn't like that type of person. They've made a tragic mistake, yeah, but their tragic mistake has hurt a family that doesn't really need to be in a situation.
Cyril,
they've broken them.
Wait there for a second. Let me bring Michael Doherty into the conversation. Michael is from the campaign group JusticeNOW. Michael, very good evening to you.
Good evening, Rob.
Michael, this IPCC investigation, it seems to be following a similar time path to other investigations, isn't it?
No, I'd absolutely agree with that. And that's the first thing I'd like to say is address the issue of Cyril, who's saying about why are they doing this? And it's about campaign fatigue. They're trying to wear out the campaign, push things into the long grass so the local community lose interest in what is the death of a young man.
Okay, to what aim do you think that... To what aim, Michael? Why would anyone... Surely it's in everyone's best interest, if there is an investigation, to deal with it as quickly as possible, make the findings public, and move on.
Roberto, let's get this straight and underline it. We've got a culture in this country of cover-up of police misconduct and criminality. You only have to look at Hillsborough, the Daniel Morgan case, Theresa May reading the Riot Act to the Police Federation not 2 weeks ago. We've got a situation where the IPCC has already been described as woefully inadequate. And I think, absolutely agree with what you're just saying, is that the IPCC is following all the hallmarks of other deaths in custody families.
Have I got this right? A cause of death has yet to be established in this case.
That's right. I mean, the press release that came out from the IPCC is that toxicology reports have been concluded. I understand there's been 2 autopsies, and yet they've failed to establish the death of a 39-year-old young man in Luton Police Station on the 6th of November last year.
Let me just point out at this stage, we did ask the relevant bodies to contribute to the programme this afternoon, and they so far have been unable to join us. But of course, they possibly might join us before 6. They might call in. You never know.
They wouldn't join us because they know they're wrong. They don't want to face the public. They don't want to hang their head in shame in public like they want to hang out the public in shame when they make the mistake. Yeah,
Roberto.
Michael, yes. What do you want to say?
Roberto, let me address, there was a big public meeting at the beginning when Leon died to sort of calm down the public concerns in Luton. And Colette Paul came out of that meeting and said that CCTV from the van had been seized.
That's the Chief Constable of Bedfordshire Police, yes.
Correct. It turns out that the cameras on the van were not switched on. Now, we've heard...
Cyril, let him finish. Michael, carry on.
We've heard that witnesses, that they've addressed to 150 witnesses, and taken statements from 150 witnesses, and we'd like to make a public address for witnesses to come forward in the Luton area who were either in the police station or Marsh Farm on Marsh Road, who saw Leon and saw what happened. Because we are aware, even 6 months into the investigation, that the IPCC has not spoken to all material witnesses.
Michael, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for your time. Cyril, just before we go, I know there's a big movement behind the Justice for Leon campaign, but you're a personal friend of Leon. His family, I mean, they're not going to move on. It's a difficult case, but are they coping?
No, they're not coping. It's not a thing where somebody can cope at the end of the day. I mean, they're getting both sides of this sword, yeah, both sides of the sharp edge. Yeah, because they don't know what's happened. They've lost their son, who loves and cared. Their daughters have lost a loving father and everything. And no one's talking to them. Yeah, the IPCC are shameful. Yeah, it's a sham.
Cyril,
at the end of the day,
Cyril,
high profile cases,
I'm going to leave it there. Thank you.
And they've been so. Thank you anyway for your time.
Thank you. No problem. Cyril Mitchell from the Justice for Leon campaign. We did invite all relevant parties to join us on the programme, but so far they have declined.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Long delays now on the